You look in the Macho Man's eyes. Yeah, you look in the Macho Man's eyes and you realize this locomotive, he ain't slowing down, Jack. This locomotive is picking up steam along the way. And whether I pick you off at the top, or I pick you off at the bottom, or I pick you one by one right in the middle, you will be picked off. Yeah, you understand the Macho Man. You will be picked off.
My amplified unit. It is a travel day for the amplified, man. What else is new? So we are at the train station. Just giving you guys a heads up in case you hear any chugga chugga choo-choos. You know why. We're back at the train station, ever traveling to a new city, a new state. Sometimes, man, you take those bullet trains, it's much easier. You can get your mind on your business. You ain't got to worry about the jackasses on the roads. You know the types. They're driving around with 2 masks on, and it's only them in their car. Oh, they're funny. I always point and laugh, and I hope they look at me, pointing and laughing at them. Oh. But anyway. We do have a train to jump on. It's about a half an hour away, though, so don't worry. This video will not take a half an hour. But I figured I have a half an hour. Let's shoot the shit a little bit about some pro wrestling. One topic that I've already kind of discussed coming out of the Royal Rumble. But it's still a hot topic in the pro wrestling world, and I don't understand why. I mean, you would think this is a matchup that it's a dream match. How can we shit on this? Everything about it will be epic, you would think. But in today's pro wrestling, Daniel Bryan once said it best, we have the most ficklest of fans imaginable. And that is ever so true. I think that started in a storyline for Daniel Bryan, but that stemmed from real life. Fans today don't know what they want. Or they literally just want to complain about everything. And I can kind of see where they're coming from. It's kind of justified. I mean, 90% plus of the shit we see on our TV, and I'm talking every company, is pretty fucking boring. It's pretty fucking lackluster. It's pretty fucking redundant. But when you have fans calling Edge versus Randy Orton, and they're beating the shit out of each other all over the Performance Center. You guys remember that? What was that? Like Backlash last year or some shit. It was, maybe Falls Count Anywhere, Last Man Standing maybe, who knows? But it was Edge Orton for the better part of an hour beating the hell out of one another. And coming out of that, you had fans going, that was boring. Listen, I can give you a million things that WWE does that's boring as hell. That was not one of them. That was 2 dudes, 2 vets that refuse to go down for the other. There was full throttle story throughout that match. Full throttle psychology. They put a lot of thought into that match. They put their everything into that fight. And people are like, that's boring. And that's their prerogative. If they truly felt it was boring, then it's boring, I guess, to them. I don't know. But with today, every ounce of stupidity is amplified because of social media, because of the internet. You could get a dumb take on something, because that's what it's a dumb take, bro. It was far from boring. But it's their prerogative. But then they get to put it down on social media and press the send button, right? And then it goes out to the world. And then other people see it. And they're like, wait, I thought I liked it. But I guess it was boring. Right? And then that person retweets it. And before you know, stupidity is contagious. But like my pops used to say back in the day, you can't fix stupid. So if you can't fix stupid and yet it's contagious, we're in a whirl of shit. What is your major malfunction, Private Pile? Well, the major malfunction for us all is stupidity. That was boring. That's fickle fans for you, right? Edge and Orton, nearly an hour beating the hell out of each other all over the Performance Center. That's boring. Because it wasn't two dudes that are 5 feet 8 inches tall tops and their fucking underwear with no real character in there, no selling and giving no real psychology, but they're bouncing around the ring like a couple of fucking ping pong balls, and I gotta keep up with it like it's an old school Atari game. Today's wrestling fan has evolved, they say. No, they've gotten fickle is what happened. I understand pro wrestling has evolved. In many cases, it has devolved. It has went in the reverse direction. But I understand it has changed. And we change with it. And sometimes those ping pong ball matches can be fun as fuck. But if you want it all the time with two dudes that are barely fucking touching 6 feet tall, most of them not even, no larger than life character, no selling it, they can take 3 super kicks and 2 DDTs and they pop up to make their next spot. It's a spot fest, these matches. So then when a wrestling fan sees two vets like Randy Orton and Edge, who know what the fuck they're doing, by the way, nearly an hour beating the hell out of one another, that's boring. This is boring. Where's the ping pong ball action? Why are they selling so much? It's boring because they're taking long breaks between moves. That's called selling, getting a fucking ladder to your head. If you got a ladder to your head, you're probably not gonna go like, fuck, that hurt, I'm gonna get you, and play fucking tag. You're gonna be like, fuck, that hurt. That's why I got knocked down. If you've been battling for over a half an hour, you're both gonna be fucking droggy and trying to crawl back to one another. It's a story, but today's fucking wrestling fan has no patience for that. Their attention span is that of a fucking orange. Wait too long, that orange will start changing a different color. But today's wrestling fan, their attention span, snap of a finger, blink of an eye, drop of a hat, flip of a dime. They're on to the next. Daniel Bryan didn't win the Rumble this year, and people are up in arms. What the hell? Why wasn't it Daniel Bryan that won? Why would it have been Daniel Bryan? Where did this come from? Why would it be? Daniel Bryan was in irrelevancy for 2020. He was like a mid-carder. And in 2021, he's putting people over because he has some control on the creative staff now. So there you go, everybody. If you want to blame Bruce Pritchard, well, now you can blame Daniel Bryan too, right? That's exactly who you can blame, right? Because he's now got a big chunk of creative. He's making calls now. Yeah, nobody wants to blame him though. I love Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan. And I love Daniel Bryan, by the way. I know it sounds like I'm throwing massive shade. I love Daniel Bryan. I just don't understand today's fan. Out of nowhere, Daniel Bryan's putting people over in 2021 so far. Cesaro he puts over. Shinsuke, both in less than 10 minutes. Shinsuke had 2 matches before he defeated Bryan. So he's basically a mid-carder in 2020. He's on a losing streak in 2021. I think he won a DQ his match in his last match going into the Rumble. DQ victory, I guess. Before that, little bit of a losing streak. Mid-carder in 2020. And all of a sudden, the wrestling world was like, it has to be Daniel Bryan winning. And I'm like, where was this memo? How did I miss this memo? Why are we all of a sudden on the Daniel Bryan bandwagon as if it's 7 years ago at WrestleMania 30 with the Yes movement? There's no Yes movement. Daniel Bryan is nothing like it was 7 years ago. We don't feel the same way. And yeah, I speak for even the people that were claiming it has to be Daniel Bryan. I speak for them too if they really thought about it. Why? Why must it be Daniel Bryan? There's no because he said he's never won a Royal Rumble, BC, and that's a cool storyline. There's a lot of people that have never won a Royal Rumble. Should they all come back and win a Rumble? No, because Roman Reigns was supposed to be in that spot 7 years ago, basically, but it was Daniel Bryan. No, 7 years ago, Roman Reigns was not supposed to be in that spot. He was being groomed for a couple years to be in that spot. Maybe even the next year. 30 already had Randy Orton, Batista. That was Batista's moment if you think about it. So by your logic, it's supposed to be Daniel Bryan versus Batista. That's the storyline. That wasn't Roman's spot. That was Batista's. Oh, BC is calling out facts. BC, you're going against our narrative. We're supposed to say it was Roman's spot because that's the storyline. No, there's no storyline. Sorry, not sorry. There is none. 7 years ago, it was not Roman's spot. It was Batista's. Batista won that bitch that year. At the Rumble. He went on to take on Orton. Or was supposed to be. And then the Yes movement happened. Batista got derailed. Where was Roman in that conversation 7 years ago? He wasn't. All of a sudden, today's fan switched the narrative. They're like, that's the storyline. Roman's spot was 7 years ago. No, it wasn't. It was Batista. But all of a sudden, we were supposed to get behind Daniel Bryan, and it was a travesty that he didn't win the Rumble. If you are booked like shit for a year and a half, you're not supposed to just win a Rumble, and we're supposed to feel like you should have. Fickle fans. We live in a world where Edge versus Randy Orton kicking the shit out of each other for an hour is boring. Because they let shit breathe. We live in a world where you could be booked like a mid-carder for a year and a half, put people over, being on a little bit of a losing streak, but you should win a Rumble. Because the story is you've never won it. When a guy said 2021 is probably his last year anyway. So you're telling me that's reason for him to be thrusted into the main event? Fuck that shit. Edge said he wants to do this at least for the next couple years. As near full-time as possible. Not even part-time. As near full-time as possible. With that neck, obviously you don't want him totally full, but he doesn't even want to be just part-time. And this dude said he wants to stick around a couple years up front, so he's going to be here longer than Bryan at that point. So who the fuck's calling Edge a part-timer? Get your facts in order. Edge and Orton, it's boring for an hour. Daniel Bryan must win the Rumble, even though there's no reasoning behind it. And now we have a dream match sitting in our laps. Edge versus Roman Reigns. Think about the promos. Before you even get to the wrestling, can you just think about the promos? Edge comes back, and already on Monday, you remember the passion and the amplification he brings to his promos. Look at his eyes. Listen to the words when he speaks, man. He is into it. He believes it. He's from an old school era where promos meant something. I miss when they meant something. Ric Flair, Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan. Even if you didn't understand them like Ultimate Warrior or Macho Man, you just heard the amplification and you were invested. You were captivated. I miss wrestlers that get amplified, that are passionate, that believe their own shit. Edge is one of those dudes. And now you have him against another promo dude who's doing the best promo work of his career, Roman Reigns, and that methodical, that badass heel that he is playing now, that devilish, diabolical heel, where I must do this or it's everybody against me, and by any means necessary, you're not taking this title from me. And Paul Heyman as a mouthpiece. Roman's doing his best promo work, but he's got the best promo guy in the business, mouthpiece-wise, right next to him. Could you imagine the promos that we will get for the next couple of months? The storyline that you can build. There's no storyline, basically. What the fuck? It's Edge versus Roman. The story will sit in your lap. Let them tell it. Edge was the guy on SmackDown before he got injured. Roman is now the guy, and Roman will not let anybody come close to that mountaintop. Edge is back now. Edge is like, that's my mountaintop. I'm back. Roman's like, I don't give a fuck where you are. The story's already there. Let them tell it. The promos, the story will be fucking epic. And the match, you think Edge isn't going to turn the shit on, and you know Roman Reigns is going to bring it. This is a dream match at a time where Edge has just come back. Tried it last year, got the triceps injury, but he's back. He said he wants to do this a couple years. He ain't going anywhere for the near future. He ain't no part-timer. He's back. Roman's the tribal chief at the top of the mountain. It's a dream match. Any true wrestling fan who has been watching for decades like the Ant-Man, this is a dream match. And inter-nerd fans, the interweb nerd community wants to take that away from us? I don't like this. That doesn't make sense. It should be. This is what I'm hearing. Hey, fuck you. I'm trying to fucking rant here. Told you guys, I'm at the fucking train station here. Let this one go by. This ain't mine. Don't worry, guys. Mine was like I still got like 15 minutes-ish at least. Anyway, you done? So anyway, where was I going with this? Where was I fucking headed with? This train threw me off. Oh yeah, you got fans saying McIntyre and Edge. It has to be. I literally, I'm not even making this up. I've seen little, what do you call them? Underneath fucking, content. You got little, like, comment, but message boards? Is that what it's, I don't know. I hate technology. The fact that I even get these videos out to you is something amazing. It's a fucking, it's a miracle! Yeah, message board, whatever the fuck. And they literally, I see people going, it has to be Edge versus McIntyre. Why does it have to? It's two faces. You talk about no story. They literally have no story. Edge is coming back for the belt he had to give up, BC. What do you... First of all, Edge fits way better on SmackDown. You guys know this. Edge doesn't belong on Monday Night Raw. Nowhere close. But you're telling me there's more of a story with McIntyre than there would be with Roman. Can you please stop for a fucking second? Look in the mirror and start questioning yourself? Because you're at a whole new level of stupidity. BC, we can all have our opinions. Okay, but don't put that out into the world and say words like he has to or he must face McIntyre. Why? That is dumb. Nobody wants to see two faces. That you have to manifest a storyline within 2 months. A heel and a face, you can do that, especially with two dudes like Edge and Roman. But as it is, we're gonna hopefully get Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. Well, the role Sasha's in is a face. Bianca's obviously a face. There's your face and face. That's a dream match in itself. So we're cool with that. But let's not stack WrestleMania with a bunch of face-to-faces. We got Bianca and Sasha. That's a dream match. Cool. Now let's have the other dream match. Heel versus face. Edge versus Roman. Why should he face McIntyre? And then you have those people that at least see the light a little bit. They're like, yeah, it has to be Edge and Roman because that is the dream match. But Roman can't lose the title. Cool. I will meet you guys in the middle. I will absolutely, I could speak. Let me get another fucking swig here. I'll absolutely meet you in the middle there. Edge versus Roman, dream match. We're all down with it, but we all can agree Roman somehow has to walk away with the championship. And even if he doesn't, it's fucking Edge. Everything will be okay. Roman's character right now is on fire. If he loses it or not, it's not going to hurt with a dude like Edge. You know what I mean? It's not like Goldberg coming in and taking the title from The Fiend in 2 minutes. It's not. You can lie to yourself and tell you it's the same sitch, but you are not putting respect on Edge's name. Because Edge still at this point in his career can go in there and take anybody out. He's one of the best for a reason. And he can still go. And he's going to be here for a couple of years. As near full-time as possible. So get used to it. You cannot like Edge, but you can't lie to yourself. Edge taking the strap from Roman is still believable. But I'll meet you halfway and say the right call will be Roman taking the title. So, okay. In this situation, why not have our cake and eat it too? Let's get our dream match, and then you can come up with something fun. Maybe Paul Heyman pays off Christian. Christian, we're hearing reports that was not a one-off at the Royal Rumble. So maybe Christian, right? When is Christian going to come back? Part-time, full-time? But Christian has more matches in him. That's what we're hearing. If that's true, do they kick it off at WrestleMania or have Christian involved in the Roman and Edge storyline, but at Mania, Christian maybe turns on Edge? That could be fun. We know they're best friends. We know they do everything in life together, from the podcast to raising the fucking kids. They're family. Forget best friends. Family. Brothers. Maybe Christian turns on Edge at Mania. And he gives that smile to Paul Heyman. I'm not saying he has to join Roman's little faction, but maybe there's a business deal, and that'll set up Edge and Christian in the future. Edge is away from a title. Roman gets to go on. Or maybe somebody else. Maybe Samoa Joe. I know the dude's on Raw, but he's a commentator. Maybe Joe takes out Edge at WrestleMania and he joins Roman's faction. And now you set up Edge and Samoa Joe going forward. That could be fun. You could get creative, guys. Edge doesn't have to walk away with the title. BC, you know Vince, he's gonna walk away with the title. Well, guess what? We don't have to play Booker in this sitch. We get to be fans every once in a while. Isn't that cool? Every once in a while, we get to be fans. And when we get a dream match, that's the time. Trust me, on channels like this, we're always calling out the booking. And usually it's pretty shit booking. But every once in a while, you get those moments where we get to be a fan, and that's when we get a dream match. It's like Sasha and Bianca. To me, that's a dream match. To many of you, it is. So we get to sit back. It doesn't matter what they do with booking at this point. Either one, you would believe, would walk out with that title. Right? If Sasha walks out, we can't be that angry. It's Sasha! Oh, BC, man, Bianca made it all this way and she failed. Yes, but she might get at SummerSlam. I would give them an Iron Man match. One of you guys right here, man, one of my tried and trues, actually mentioned Iron Man match. I said 25 minutes plus for Sasha and Bianca because I feel they need at least 25 plus. In my booking, I would have Sasha actually win. And then they have a rematch at SummerSlam because we have to see a rematch because it was that good at WrestleMania. And then Bianca takes the title. But one of you guys actually said in the comments, you had a great point. You said, I would give them an Iron Man match. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. That would be cool. End night number 1 in the main event because there's a 2-night WrestleMania this year, just like last year. So on night number 1, I would end Sasha Bianca Iron Woman match. Right? If Sasha wins and if Bianca wins, that's cool too. That's what I mean. You can't get a loser here. If Bianca wins after that Iron Man match, we believe it. And that's such an awesome moment. And hopefully Sasha, she'll get it back in the future. But a big moment for Bianca. But if Sasha wins that Iron Man match, A, you believe it. It's Sasha. And B, Bianca will get it in the future. If you're so damn good, you're going to get a rematch out of the two. And I'm not saying we even need to play hot potato with the two. But she'll get it. Relax. But as a fan, we get to watch the dream match. And it's a dream match because it's 2 dudes or 2 women that are the top of their game. They're the best. And we get to sit back and watch it because no matter who wins, it's believable and it's going to be fun. That's what Edge and Roman is. Edge is telling us he's not past his fucking due yet. He may be just outside his prime, but he still can rock the wrestling world. And we've seen that. Number 1 entry, wins the Rumble. The battle he did with Randy Orton for near an hour all over the Performance Center. This dude can still go. It's a dream match. I can't believe it's a debate. And everybody can have their opinion. But what I'm reading is like, this is horrible. How can they even consider Edge and Roman? And I'm like, what are you... It's sitting in their lap. That's why... Forget spear versus spear. The promo versus promo. The storyline that you could tell with Paul Heyman and Roman and Edge. How fun it would be. The match is a dream match. But it's horrible. And then they go, it has to be McIntyre. Yes, because there's an abundance of storyline there. You saw these two at Raw this past Monday. McIntyre face-to-face with Edge. There was no chemistry. Nothing. Nothing. Fucking McIntyre's like, hey, I respect you. I respect you so much, Edge, and everything you've done for the business. And I love you. And if we ever go to war, it's going to be fun, my brother. And Edge is like, what are you doing? I would have kicked my head off when I got into the ring. What do you... You know, and then fucking Sheamus came out and they set up a whole nother thing. And that was it. That was Edge and McIntyre. Did you get the feels? Are you going to try to sell BC that you were feeling some type of way when they were face to face? Oh, I got to see this match. So what? Edge is going to beat Roman for the title and that can't happen. So you want poor Drew McIntyre to lose his title? Roman's at the top of his game, BC. He can't afford, that's why he can afford to lose it. McIntyre's just trying to get to that mountaintop. Even as a champion, we all know we love Drew. But he's nowhere near Roman right now. This dude can't be affording to lose titles either to dudes coming back. Roman can bounce back much easier. Roman's the heel. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I've been watching pro wrestling for decades. Roman can bounce back from a Mania loss much better than Drew losing a title. The promo work will be better with Edge and Roman than McIntyre and Edge. I promise you. This isn't what I'm asking you to trust me in my own opinion, right? Trust BC in his opinion. This is a fact. Roman and Edge, their promo work, their story will be better than McIntyre and Edge ever could be. I promise you. There's only one match here, and I know Edge just teased something at NXT last night. Maybe I'll go for the NXT title. I hope that is just as much blasphemy as it is going for McIntyre's title. There is only one solution here. There is only one match that makes sense. There is only one match that has a point to it. There is only one dream match. Edge versus Roman Reigns. I ask every internet nerd out there, every interweb wrestling fan out there who fucking is not thinking about this. Please do not ruin it for the rest of us. For the real wrestling fan out there that knows this is a dream match, please don't ruin it for us. Just because you want to play interweb nerd, just because you have a keyboard and you're out there going, it must be McIntyre and Edge. Why must it be? What are you going to do if it's not? Are you honestly going to get up off your sofa couch? Are you going to really take the time and effort to remove the Dorito bag from your lap? Your Entenmann's cheese buns? Your chocolate frosted donuts? Are you going to move everything aside and get up from the sofa? And what are you going to do if it's not McIntyre versus Edge? Are you going to cry? Are you going to go on the interweb machine and start talking about how this is a horrible WWE decision? Yes, it's a horrible decision to give the fans a dream match. Don't worry about booking it. I'm okay with it, but Edge cannot walk away with a championship. Who gives a fuck? Are you booking it? No. You get to be a fan. Be a fan. For once. I understand you got platforms like this now and content creators like BC Amplified, and we have fun with the booking. And we talk about BS booking and epic booking and what should be happening and not be happening. And then what happens is a lot of the viewers, they go out and they try to start booking everything. And before you know it, nobody's a fan anymore. Now we've all just turned into fucking bookers. Now we're all critics. And people have to remember, if you're a reviewer, if you're a true critic, if you're a content creator, or if you're just a viewer, if you're a true fan, remember to be a fan. And even the critic, even the reviewer, has to remember when to be a fan. You can still watch with your critical eyes. Still watch with your reviewing, dissecting mind. But you gotta be a fan too. Or else everything you talk about, it'll be guised into something different. Everything you talk about will not hold any weight. It will not have any validity. Because it'll be skewed. You gotta remember to be a fan sometimes, guys. I can't believe this is a debate in the wrestling world. You just picture Edge versus Roman Reigns. Just picture the graphic. Now think about the promos Edge and Roman will have. This new Roman character. But yeah, now with Edge back. With that edge that he always had in his promos. And you think of the story that they could tell. You think of the match. And then over here you have McIntyre versus Edge. Face versus face. Picture McIntyre's promos. Oh, I respect you, bro. And then it gets a little more heated. And he's like, now I'm going to get you, Edge. And then it gets a little more heated. And then they might trade off some moves on Raw before WrestleMania. Where's the story? Where's the excitement? I'm telling you, this is how it's going to play out. You think about Edge and McIntyre. You think about Roman and Edge. And you tell me McIntyre and Edge has to happen. Stop it. Stop it. Don't worry about who's winning and losing. Don't worry about who's walking away with the title. Everybody's going to be fine with Edge versus Roman. I promise you. I promise you. I would not let you down. Have I ever steered you wrong? Have I ever let you down? No. Think about it. Please. Don't ruin it for the rest of us. Just because you want to complain about everything. please, I ask you guys, I never ask much. Don't take this dream match from us fans, please. This is a dream match. It's Edge versus Roman. It's a dream storyline. It's a dream promo job between the two. Don't fuck it up, guys. Don't, please. Just because you want to complain about everything. Just because you think you want to play Booker and you're going to place McIntyre and Edge because I just want to bitch and complain. And I don't like the way WWE's going, even though it's a dream match and even though a lot of people want to fucking see this shit. Anyway. What do I know? I'm just a YouTuber. That podcast, though. What's his name? BC? Fucking BC? Fuck that BC. Stupid. Fucking BC. He's a YouTuber. You see him? Yeah, put his name. BC. Like the initials. The fucking YouTuber. He thinks he knows it all, this guy. Talking about dream matches. Well, maybe McIntyre versus Edge is my dream match, BC. Oh, man. Anyway, I said this wouldn't be a half an hour. It's a half an hour, so I'm going to let you guys go, man. I got to go. What is it? 5? What I got? 5 minutes? Anyway, I got to jump on the next fucking train. So, much love, respect. Thank you guys for an awesome Royal Rumble weekend. Over 300,000 watch time minutes on the channel this weekend. Just for the Rumble review and the stream for the post-Raw, or post-Rumble Raw. You guys rocked it. I know we weathered a blizzard. We had to change things around, and you guys still showed up and showed out on this channel, and we popped in some awesome numbers. Man, the amp unit is on fire as we streamline, rock and roll toward WrestleMania. Hopefully, we get Edge and Roman. We'll find out. The picture will be more clearer after SmackDown tomorrow night, and we'll talk about it on the review show. For now, I got a train to catch. Much love and respect. Whoop that ass today. That's my one thing I ask from you. Well, 2 things. Number 1, don't ruin Edge and Roman for fans like BC. Thank you. I appreciate that. Even if you feel differently, don't ruin it, please, for BC. Number 2, kick that ass today, bro. Wake up, get and get amplified.